Our one and only story in headlines or in top stories. Damn, I'm just messing that all up. Our one and only story in top stories. The System Shock Kickstarter that raised over $1.3 million has been, say it with me, put on hiatus. To me, it sounds like these System Shock people have taken your money and run. And I would too, quite frankly. If somebody gives me $1.3 million, you ain't never singing me again. Night Dive Studios' remake of System Shock has been put on hiatus, according to a company statement that is going to be sent out to Kickstarter backers. The game has been funded by $1.35 million that attracted 21,625 backers. In the statement from Night Dive's CEO, like, is even like Night Dive, as in fucking, I'm going to dive into the night with your money. In a statement from Night Dive's CEO, Stephen Kick, as in kicked you in the balls and then ran off with your $1.3 million. Quote, I have put the team on hiatus while we reassess our path so that we can return to our vision. We are taking a break, but not ending the project. System Shock is going to be completed and all of our promises fulfilled. You see, he is taking a break because he's got a lot of your money to spend on hookers and blow, and you're not going to get your game.
Shockingly, they blame what they call mission creep, which basically means they promised too much stretch goals for the game's update. And now they're having trouble, making it work within the parameters of the money that they received in the first place.
What do they promise?
That System Shocking, as a matter.
That's exactly what they did. They came up to you. They came up to you in a white suited tuxedo and threw a fucking toaster in the bathtub and said "System Shocking," and then just rolled the fuck out. I wonder, what did they promise that is
well, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
$1.3 million. What the hell did they promise that $1.3 million can't deliver?
See. They've added gender choice for the player. They've added a public channel so that fans on Discords, that fans can bug them and hang out with them while they're trying to make their fucking game. You got hidden in-game logs that they've added to this mix. A remix album that probably doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like I said, there's like a big box collector's edition that a bunch of people fucking pre-ordered. Yeah, man, it's just like we've seen this story so many times before. This isn't new. This isn't unique. Yeah. It always seems to happen in video games more than it happens in any other project. Yeah, it's just why is anyone surprised at this point?
There is a $10,000 pledge that was backed by 3 backers. I just want to know who has that kind of money, and would you please send it to us? I mean, at the very, very least.
By the way, I like how the top reward of the $10,000 pledge: come to an exclusive party hosted by key members of the System Shock team. Parentheses, must be able to travel to Portland, Oregon. You're paying $10,000. And yeah. But hey, Mikey, you get yourself an in-game portrait of yourself in the game. That's worth 10 G's.
Gross. Yeah, I just wow. I mean, I can't say like you said, I can't say I'm surprised.
Now, again, they do allege that this is just a hiatus and that they are going to manage somehow to make this happen. Apparently, they also tried to pitch the game to publishers in order to secure more funding, but that was unsuccessful. Doesn't speak well of the game's prospects if they can't get a publisher to be like, hey, look, we got $1.5 million from all these people that want to see this game. Here's what we have so far. No publisher was like, sounds great. Here's more money. Sign us up. Everyone's like, nah. So yeah. And like I said, I do not mean to dance on anybody's grave here or to make light of this, but how many times are we going to see this shit happen before people realize that something needs to be done?
Oh, man.
And maybe that something is you stop giving video game Kickstarters your hard-earned money. Because all you're doing is the development of a game for 18 months that will ultimately get canceled.
I didn't know this. They have comments for this Kickstarter. I guess for every Kickstarter.
Yes, they do. They do.
This guy named Max says, I want a refund. This game was supposed to be finished months ago.
Here it comes.
This guy says,
Adam. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, before you get too far, the estimated delivery date of the game, December 2017. Just so you know.
Yeah, December 2017. Adam says, the fans of System Shock deserve a refund for this debacle. I expect the backers of this project to take legal action against you, and rightfully so.
Well, see, that's the thing. Sorry, Adam, but no, you won't. It's in the Kickstarter terms of service that sometimes shit happens. And it's your money on the line. So,
this guy named Fred says, according to Kickstarter terms of service, he failed us, and we have the right to ask for refunds. We have the right to file a lawsuit, not fill a lawsuit against this orchard who's not selling apples as promised.
Like I said, he can think that all he wants. I promise you that they won't. And the reason they won't is because the developers of the game can say, "Look, here's what we've done." Like, it's not like Mike adjusted, spoke in jest earlier. It's not as if they took the money and fucking ran off to like an island somewhere.
Right. As long as they prove that they are working on it.
Right. Or did work on it and have an honest, like, hey, no, we tried, but we just couldn't succeed.
Right.
Sorry, but you don't get your money back for that. And again, that is the nature of Kickstarter. It is venture capitalism via crowdfunding, essentially. And sometimes when you make an investment into a venture as a venture capitalist, the investment does not pay off.
Yeah. And a lot of these comments, to be fair, are people who have that mentality. It's like, yeah, I kind of figured it wouldn't happen, but I was an investor and I invested and it didn't work out. Another guy says, I'll be patient and I'm pretty sure you guys will finish the game. But then another guy is like, so can I have my $500 back, please? Because I feel completely ripped off. Like, if you go into this with that mentality, you have no business doing this. I'm not mad at these Kickstarter people. In all seriousness, I'm not mad at these Kickstarter people for, trying to make a buck so that they can make something. But if you feel like it's like you need to pay attention to what you're doing with your money. And you need to be educated on what you're spending your money on. If you buy that loot box, you need to know that you are not guaranteed the thing that you think you're going to get. You're guaranteed something, just not necessarily the thing you're going to get. If you back any Kickstarter you have, or any Indiegogo or Patreon, whatever, you need to know that, you're just kind of throwing your money out there.
You're watching the Dense Pixels YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button while you're here and make sure you check out our weekly podcast where we discuss the latest gaming news and our impressions on what games we've been playing.